So I'm on the second floor. I guess he going that way. It says fire door, please do not check open. Okay, so confused. Oh. Oh, okay, I see. So some of these are closed. Some of them are open, some of them are not, I think. Oh. So it says, keeping things rolling. In 1916, Thurmand handled 3,575,596 of freight. Most of it's coal and 97,740 passengers. One account states that there were 100 employees a day working out the Thurmand engine house alone. So these must have been the coal workers and the passengers, or the workers, I think. And that is the, this is the, oh, okay, it's the administrative area. Thurmand, a railroad town.
Above all, Thurmand was a railroad town. While their neighbors up and down New River Gorge labored to bring coal from underground, the people of Thurmand ran the trains which carried the black gold to market. The cramped riverside town never found room for a main street. Instead, Thurmand's businesses fronted directly on the busy tracks of the Chesapeake and Ohio Railway. It was said that a good marksman could spit tobacco juice onto passing trains from the porch of the Hotel Thurmand. There were plenty of trains to practice on. Overland commerce moved by rail in Thurmand's day, and the town was on a mainline railroad, one of America's great thoroughfares. Long-distance freight and passenger trains sped by day and night. More than a dozen locals operated within the gorge, and millions of tons of coal poured through Thurmand's rail yards annually. Travelers by the tens of thousands crowded this depot each year, and mountains of goods from the surrounding coal fields arrived at the adjoining freight station. The rumble of the rails never ceased, and the rhythm of railroad business governed life in Thurmand. The town went to work in the morning with the 7 o'clock engine house whistle, paused for lunch with the noon whistle, and caught his breath with the C&O shift change at 3.
The railroad was life, our means of bread and butter.
Thurmand lies wedged in a great bend of the New River, with a steep mountain behind and the railroad in front. There's little level ground in between. The town business has got the best of that. Residents lived wherever they could, typically on the upper floors of commercial buildings or on the mountainside above town. In the early years, their landlord was Captain William Dabney Thurmand himself, ex-Confederate Ranger, upright Baptist, and founder of the town. His strict rules and the C&O timetable prevailed within the city limits, but sin flourished on the doorstep. Neighboring areas became so rambunctious that the entire community acquired a bad reputation as hard-working miners flocked to Thurmand for their big weekends.
On Saturday morning, the miners were given their pay envelopes and they would ride the train to Thurmand.
The sidewalks looked like Broadway there on Saturday night. They'd stay on the job a whole week. That gave them some bright lights.
So that is the one area. And I think the area I was at before Oh, okay. So this is like kind of like a museum, pretty much. Telegraph and signal office. All depot information. Traffic coordination was into the office. So he would put telegraphs and signals out to the other railroad stations. The signals out here, those are the signals to the indicate when to stop and when to go. And there's a standard clock here. Right. Operating the railroad. So this is how they would that's the river. They would have it on different tracks, and they would have to turn the turn for the engine for the different tracks. These are all the equipment that they had. The yardmaster's office. So this like indicated all the activity and all the things going on that day. It was all in here in this office. So next I'm gonna go downstairs and I'm gonna go across over to the where the buildings are and kind of walk around that a little bit. So I'll see you in a minute.